Hey everyone, welcome back to another segment of Hanging Out for a Living. Today, we're really fortunate to be hanging out with Bethany Shelton, a woman whose journey moved from unimaginable grief to profound awakening. After the loss of her only child, Bethany found herself cracked open in ways she never could have anticipated. And yet, in that breaking, something deeper emerged, not fixing, not forcing, but presence. Bethany now supports others navigating grief, burnout, and major life transitions through presence-based biofield energy therapy. As she says, she doesn't fix energy, she transmits coherence. She's also the co-host of the Holy Shiftballs podcast, where I love that, where depth meets humor and transformation doesn't have to feel heavy. Bethany, I am so honored to have you here today.
I am absolutely so grateful that you allow me to come on to your podcast and share not only my heart but my awarenesses of what I have found to really just shift and shake my life to new heights.
I am so looking forward to diving in. Let's go. So, you describe your journey as grief to quantum awakening. Was there a specific moment when you realized something inside you had shifted, that this wasn't just survival anymore, but transformation?
Yes, yes. There was a moment when I realized I was not just grieving, I was looping, pain looping. I
Mm.
was, replaying the story over and over again, replaying the accident,
Yeah,
replaying the guilt, and replaying what I could have done differently, and
sure.
yeah, and my body was living in constant fight or flight. Every single day it was a struggle for me to get out of bed, to do anything. I mean, just
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to make it out of it, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
was really that first year I was yeah, I really struggled. But the shift happened when I became aware of what I was choosing to focus on,
Ah,
what
okay.
my mindset was. And I remember, at looking at one of Kevin's photos, and that's my son that's crossed over, and I would ask myself, you know, what am I seeing?
Yeah.
You know, when I look at it, am I seeing the loss? Or am I seeing the reflected smile and joy in which he's reflecting back to me? So I had to take a step back and say, oh my gosh, because in that picture, he's so happy. So
Yes.
I still get to share that energy of that when I chose differently. So that's when the moment changed for me because I realized I had a choice inside of my grief. I did.
Absolutely.
And but we weren't taught any of this. And
No.
I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I had to take a step back and say, am I really, you know, honoring my son's legacy? Would he have chose this for me to be miserable? And he would not have. No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know any child would want their parent to be miserable.
Absolutely.
So I had to take a step back and be like, you know what? I'm going to do something different. So yeah, I could have, kept feeding the pain loop and I could have, began
Of course.
noticing. Yeah, so I began to notice the love in each present moment. And that's where creation is made in each present moment.
Exactly. I love that. So you say, whoops, hang on here. You say you don't fix energy, you transmit coherence. For someone new to this language, what does that actually look like and feel like in real life?
Okay. In real life, it looks very, very simple. It looks like someone sitting with you without trying to change you. It feels like your nervous system settling without being told to calm down. And I'm holding my stabilized electromagnetic field. When my heart and nervous system is aware and coherent, my field becomes organized. Therefore, the body of the person sitting with me, and there's no space. I mean, we can do it on video chat. The body of the person sitting with me can sense that, and it can feel that, and the body collects the data of the stability. The
Ah,
body is intelligent. It is constantly reading its environment. constantly. When it senses a regulated, coherent field, it begins to remember what rest and repair feels like. So, yeah, people often describe, sitting with me and working with me, their minds get quieter, their breathing becomes slower, their chest becomes softer, and their system, it feels safety when it's been in fight or flight. And the body responds to the coherence. And when the nervous system stabilizes, and the others can feel it, then we can do some energy clearing work after the body, after the electromagnetic field is coherent and stable.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a really great explanation. That's really making it like so that we can really wrap our heads around and it doesn't feel complicated or restrictive or anything like that.
Because believe it or not, the more that you put your body into fight or flight, that dopamine, that hit, your body
Oh
gets
yeah.
used to that.
Yeah, oh,
And it
absolutely.
craves, and that's when you get the storytelling, pain looping to get that
That
that that
that
that
hit.
yeah.
Yeah,
So when the body becomes coherent with someone that's not of that, the body senses, because it's always scanning, and it senses that and is able to get into rest and repair.
absolutely. So many people watching
Uh-huh.
maybe navigating grief, burnout, or some major life transition right now. What's one gentle shift in awareness they can begin practicing today?
Yes, this is huge. Observing your thoughts without believing them. That's it.
Ooh, that's powerful. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Observing your thoughts without believing believing them. If you're grieving, if you're in burnout, if you're overwhelmed, pause and ask, is this thought helping my body feel safer,
Ah,
or is it tightening me? Being aware in each present moment of what it is that's, what's causing this.
right.
If observing the thought without believing them, that is one that changed my whole life. When I began to observe my mental chatter, and the body became stopped bracing as much. And yeah,
That
yeah.
is that is profound and so impactful. And wow, that one shift
Yep.
can be massive.
Yeah.
So on your podcast, Holy Shiftballs, I have to slow myself down when I say that because it could come out
Yes,
something
you can't
totally
get in a rush.
different. Um, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, I gotta slow down when I say that.
Yeah, yeah,
You blend depth with humor, so we've clearly been laughing here.
yeah.
Why do you think lightness matters in the middle of serious personal transformation?
This is a great, because the nervous system heals through safety, not pressure.
Mm,
So humor is safety. When
right.
Sharon and I, laugh on the Holy Shiftball podcast, we're not just minimizing pain. We are expanding capacity. And, laughter creates space in the middle of, intensity. So, when we're laughing during segments of grief, all the identity collapses, and we're still laughing. In fact, sometimes our laughter is what lets the truth land without overwhelming the system. And laughter is not bypassing, it is absolutely, it's breathing room for the soul. And so we really just have fun with it, because the body, when you're laughing, you retain the information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love how breathing room for the soul. I'm going to have to remember that one.
Yeah,
That is
because
priceless.
yeah, because we're bringing some, we're actually starting our series in April, called Consciousness for Dummies. What is, and we're bringing it to you, like fifth graders, like you've never even heard the word, and have it explained to us in, like we're dummies, because
Yeah,
a lot of us don't understand that those terminologies and
sure.
what it all is. So
Right.
so we're having this series where we're breaking it down, bringing a bunch of people on that can make us not feel so dumb when this types of conversation come up.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you, Bethany, I am so grateful for you coming on today and sharing your heart and your wisdom. What you carry feels both really like grounded and expansive. And I know this conversation is going to meet someone exactly where they are. So if something Bethany shared resonated with you, if you're navigating grief, transition, or simply feeling the nudge to reconnect with yourself, I encourage you to continue the conversation with her. Her whole Bethany's information, contact information, links to her podcast are in the description of this video. And as always, stay curious, stay open, and be grateful. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Bethany, so much. And until next time, everyone, bye for now.